In today's episode, I'm going to explain why ANKR Token Staking is exciting and in a way you probably aren't going to see coming. It involves how businesses, projects, and people pay for servers. Paying for servers? Yes, paying for servers. So in today's episode, let's take a look at ANKR Staking, specifically how your ANKR tokens can reward you more ANKR tokens. It's pretty fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, welcome to Unusual Due Diligence. I am your host, Poseidon, the mighty and ancient god of the sea who brings to life me, the talking milkshake. In today's fresh episode, we take a look at ANKR's staking platform from the perspective of the ANKR token. When ANKR announced their simple and easy to use new website for staking ANKR token, the team also published the following image to kind of summarize everything. For starters, if you're wondering why you're looking at planet Earth from this perspective in their image, I'll explain. It's because you're standing on the moon looking at the Earth. Moving on, let's talk about how the ANKR staking and reward process actually works. Let's start with why ANKR staking even happened in the first place. This is covered on the screen just now, so let's just give out the one big reason. ANKR staking is what the ANKR community has begged for a number of years, and the team delivered, which when you look at the history of the ANKR team, that is the most important piece about why ANKR remains in my AAA favorite for 2022. The team consistently delivers. Now let's talk about the bold, brilliant idea that as a developer you should really understand. And I say that because I'm running the math on what the economic numbers are that make it work. You see, it was once a theory I had that if ANKR released ANKR Token Staking, you would be able to stake enough ANKR tokens to have all of your decentralized server infrastructure available for free. Here's the general sentiment. In theory, if you stake enough ANKR tokens at a certain interest rate of return, then the return itself would pay for all of your infrastructure costs. That is magic. That theory, is no longer a theory. It's quite possible, especially if the current reward rate of 9% holds up. On the screen now is just the simple math. A simple 9% return on 100,000 of whatever currency or token you have, that's 9,000 of that token or currency. The point here isn't that specific number of 9%, but that a team, a business, or individual can calculate the number of tokens they need in order to have all of their server infrastructure completely paid for. But keep in mind that staking those tokens also pulls them out of the tradable supply, which increases scarcity in the economics curve. Here's the deal. I want you to consider that for a moment it is now possible to stake enough ANKR tokens to have the server infrastructure costs all paid for by the ANKR ecosystem. Take a look at your balance sheet and those CapEx or OpEx costs and just erase those numbers. Now put those numbers in, what accounting category? Actually, that's a great question. I don't think the general accounting practices have yet landed on how to best handle the accounting magic of something like this. So imagine instead if ANKR staking has made possible this idea that using ANKR strengthens the balance sheet because the fundamental operational costs can all be paid for by just parking enough ANKR tokens, with ANKR, but still maintaining the luxury of being able to add or remove tokens from that pool at that user's discretion. Even better, those staked tokens are taken out of circulation. That is an important economic consideration for a token with a fixed supply, which ANKR has a fixed supply. Speaking of important, this is Unusual Due Diligence. I am your host, Poseidon, god of the sea and talking milkshake. In today's episode, we confirmed a prior theory about being able to pay for all of your server infrastructure costs by just staking your ANKR tokens. What a wild future awaits us. Make waves, my friends.